Okay, so first up, and yes, I will continue the Bret Michaels Zangi scam. I got a text from I got a scam text saying a receptionist entry level job making $60 an hour and to text this number. So I started bombarding that number with these lovely pictures. So I kind of wonder what he's going to respond with, if anything. I may just be wasting my time. But do you imagine trying to be a scammer and scam money out of people? And then all of a sudden, you just get one right after another crazy ass AI art. I get these because it also said to text ready to the number. So I figured I'll text ready, see if I get anything. I have not yet, but I get my AI art by coming up with the most ridiculous prompts. Like this one was Jesus holding a sign that said tacos rule with a hamburger on it outside of a Taco Bell with the devil. And I get some good ones sometimes. Like I get bored and I'll just start making AI art. And on to Bret Michaels Zangi. Okay, continuing where we left off. He said, "Oh, really? Hey, babe, you haven't got me your selfie picture I asked you yesterday, darling." And I continued on with Albuquerque. Well, to cut a long story short, he got away with my snorkel, but I made a solemn vow right then and there that I would not rest, I would not sleep for an instant until the one-nostriled man was brought to justice. But first, I decided to buy some donuts. Then I answered his question. You're right, I haven't, and I don't want to right now. I just woke up and I'm on call today, making bank just by being on call in case they need me. He says, "Oh, okay, dear. Hope you woke up feeling better. You touch my heart with all your words, and I want to know a lot about you, and you are the type of woman I'm looking for all my life long." And I said to continue with Albuquerque. I got in my car and I drove over to the donut shop, and I walked up to the guy behind the counter, and he says, "Yeah, what do you want?" I said, "You got any glazed donuts?" He said, "No, we're out of glazed donuts." I said, "Well, you got any jelly donuts?" He says, "No, we're out of jelly donuts." I said, "You got any Bavarian cream-filled donuts?" He said, "No, we're out of Bavarian cream-filled donuts." I said, "You got any cinnamon rolls?" He says, "No, we're out of cinnamon rolls." I said, "You got any apple fritters?" He says, "No, we're out of apple fritters." I said, "You got any bear claws?" He says, "Wait a minute, I'll go check." And he wow emojied that one. "No, we're out of bear claws." I said, "Well, in that case, what do you have?" He says, "All I got right now is this box of 1 dozen starving crazed weasels." I said, "Okay, I'll take that." So he hands me the box, and I open up the lid, and the weasels jump out, and they immediately latch onto my face, and they start biting me all over. Oh man, they were just going nuts. They were tearing me apart. I think it was just about that time the little ditty started going through my head. I believe it went a little something like this. "Doe, get him off me, help, ah." He sunglassed emojied that one. He says, "Oh, so funny, babe." So I said, I ran out into the street with these flesh-eating weasels all over my face, waving my arms all around and just running like a constipated wiener dog. And as luck would have it, that's exactly when I ran into the man of my dreams. His name was Link, but in the song it's actually her name was Zelda. He was a calligraphy enthusiast with a slight overbite and the hair the color of strained peaches. I'll never forget the very first thing he said to me. He said, "Hey, you've got weasels on your face. And those scars remain, and that's why I'm not comfortable with photos. And it's why I'm glad I never chose pediatrics. I could scare the kids." And then I said, "Ugh, why my phone keeps changing he to she, I don't know." It's because I was copy pasting. It's like I could remember that entire song. Weird Al can't even remember the entire thing. He says, "Oh, how dependable are you?" I said, "What an odd question." He sends the sunglasses emoji. And then I said, I don't know. Ask the CEO of the James Dean Hospital. I also work at the Howard Dean Clinic. Ask them, especially the ones at the Howard Dean Clinic. Yeah! So any Americans remember presidential candidate Howard Dean and how we just ruined his candidacy, whatever, for president because his voice cracked. And then out of nowhere, he says, fuck your little ass fagula, smiley face. If I grab it, I'm gonna spank it. Now, fagula is a Yiddish word for a slur that rhymes with nagget. And so he has no idea what he said. He said, I try to be very reliable and to maintain my promises. I value the truth in myself and others. So to his crazy comment, I said, huh? He's smiley face. I said, okay, bold as fuck. He says, what is your sense of humor? I said, oh, I get it. You're trying to talk dirty to me. Ha ha. Clever, Bret, clever. Do you use that on everyone, XD? He says, no, only you, darling. And I said, only if Cece picks up that guitar and talks to you too. How is Cece, by the way? Y'all still talk, right? I hope so. He needed a lot of help. He says, cool, dear. What is your sense of humor? I said, I chuckled. I'm sorry I didn't die laughing. Sunglasses emoji again. I said, I can't die. Patients need me. If I die, they die. You see, now, don't anybody get offended. I have given birth before, and I know how painful it is, and I had a lot of trouble with my youngest one, and we both almost died. So this is a joke, just trying to get a rise out of him. Women these days can't seem to give birth without getting morphine, and the baby's head's getting stuck, or the little buggers just don't want to come out at all. So like a superhero, I rush in and slice them open and drag the little shit out, which is basically my youngest son's birth story. He says, I am a happy person, and I like to laugh and to enjoy life. Like somebody's going to listen to that comment and go, nah, that's crazy. I am a miserable person, and I don't like to laugh. Nobody likes laughing. Just stupid ass comments. I said, yeah, you ride the wind a lot, I'm sure. He says, do you want this relationship to be more than a one-night stand? I said, what relationship? We don't have a relationship. And then he says, yes, I want a long-term relationship. Hopefully someday that special person would ask me to marry her, and we would live the rest of our life. You know I want you, he responds on we don't have a relationship. I want toys to be in love with each other, my dear. I want to be in your heart emoji. Awfully fast there, Bret, I say. He says, yes, babe. I said, when I get high on speed. Top Fuel Funny Car's a drug for me. My heart. Kickstart my heart. Because, I've got to throw in a Motley Crue lyric. But I always got the cops coming after me on my custom-built bike doing 103. Kickstart my heart. He says, oh, really? I said, yep. My bike was expensive. Ran into a guardrail once, but I was being a wuss and was only going 25 and wearing a helmet. I don't wear a helmet anymore. Nothing like the wind going through your hair when you drive fast. Same with seatbelts. It's my windshield. I'll go through it if I want to. That being said, wear your helmets and seatbelts, people. American freedoms are fantastic. Healthcare, not so much. This one woman, we didn't know she had no insurance when she came in for delivery. We delivered the baby and then found out she had no insurance. Ugh, she should have told us that before we worked on her. He said, oh, really, babe? I said, so we did the typical hospital procedure and put the baby back and told her to come back when she had insurance or money. He said, oh, that's good to hear on my bike, which means you're expert in driving bike. And then we put the baby back in the woman. Oh, really? And then on expert driving a bike. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm pretty decent. He says, cool. And then oh, really? I said, yep. The citizens are currently up in arms about the healthcare crisis, they call it. Which, now that I think about this, Bret would know that. So, like, he should realize at this point, I know he's not Bret Michaels. But I didn't even think about that. Excuse me. Someone who will make me feel like I'm the only one for them. Good communicator, good listener, and someone willing to give 110% to a 50-50 relationship. The math ain't mathin', babe. And on the citizens being up in arms over a healthcare crisis, he says, that's awesome. And then on his comment about the type of lady he wants, I said, boy, I've been watching you like the hawk in the sky, that fly, but you were my prey. Boy, I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, I know that one of these days we're going to hook it up, probably. We talk on the phone, but see, I don't know if that's good. I've been holding back this secret from you. I probably shouldn't tell it, but... Which is an Aaliyah song, Are You That Somebody? He says, really, what are you up to, babe? I said, leaving town for a bit because I can. I think I was actually going up to my sons at this point. He says, oh, okay. Hope your day was going good, my dear. I said, yep, it is. We're going to Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. He says, oh, okay, my dear. What are you having for lunch, my dear? I said, probably nothing, because I'm fat. When I walk out to get my mail, it measures on the Richter scale. Down at the beach, I'm a lucky woman. I'm the only one who gets a tan. If I have one more pie a la mode, I'm going to need my own zip code. Which is Fat by Weird Al. He says, oh, really, dear? Are you going to work today, my dear? I said, obviously not, when I was going to Oklahoma. He says, oh, okay, babe. How are you doing today, babe? I hope your day was going good, darling. Eventually, I respond, it's fine. He said, oh, good to hear from you. How are you doing today? I said, I'm fine. He says, glad to hear that. Do you eat lunch? I said, yeah, what an odd question. He says, huh, babe? I said, that's an odd question. Who asks that, especially so late at night? You're weird, Bret. You're weird. He says, smile. I hope your day was going today, babe. I said, yes, the day went today. Good to hear that, baby. Babe, take a picture for me now, dear. I said, no, I'm with friends. We just sat down in the theater, so I sent the girl in the well from Silence of the Lambs. There's one from a few days ago. It's that. That's what you get. He said, oh, that's cool about being at the theater. And then to my picture, you looking pretty, darling. I said, yeah, thanks. Yeah, babe, you're welcome, darling. I said, this movie better be good. I swear if it's not, it's another waste of money in this bullshit economy. Yeah, you're right, babe. I said, I bought a frozen lasagna earlier. Same damn price, but it's less product. Shrinkflation. Yes, I had done that, and I was still kind of heated about it. He says, oh, cool. I said, yeah, so very cool. He says, hope you enjoyed yourself today. I said, I guess. So there out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from God, fallen from grace. God be my witness. I never shall yield till we come face to face. He says, what type of relationship do you seek for? And then I responded, someone who knows his way in the dark. Mine is the way of the law. Those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, the flames, the sword. Which is stars from Les Miserables. And if you want to hear it done really, really well, Calabro from Britain's Got Talent. Ooh, I shit pink Twinkies when they did that. And then he says, sounds good. I seek to have a serious relationship. A relationship built with honesty, understanding, sincerity, love, and sharing everything together. Sharing the good times and bad times together, with no fear of what the world might put on us. I guess would come the balance that is missing in my life. Someone who can trust me and I can trust with feelings, innermost secrets and desires in life. So I continue on. Stars in your multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness. With order and light, you are the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night. And then I said, you know your place in the sky, you hold your course and your aim, and each in your season returns and returns, and is always the same. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flame. He says, what are the qualities you see your man? So it's clear he was going for a romance scam. And then I keep going. And so it must be, for so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him, safe behind bars. I will never rest until then. This I swear by the stars. And just so everybody knows, reading those lyrics is really hard to not just start singing. I love that one. He says, great. I want my woman to be honest, loving, loyal, yet independent with an open mind. The relationship I want is a relationship built on the solid foundation, which is love and trust. I do believe with this two ingredients of relationships, so many relationships has come to success, unlike the ones built on falsies and pretenses. Okay, whatever. And then I said, anytime I need to see your face, I just close my eyes and I am taken to a place where your crystal mind and magenta feelings take up shelter in my spine, sweet like a cherry cola, which is Savage Garden, I want you. He says, good to hear that. I want you to screenshot all the apps on your phone for me to see, babe. I said, why? There better be a damn good reason for this. He says, just want to see, dear. I said, nope. He says, it's fine. I understand if you don't want to do that, dear. What do you do for fun? So I'm not about to let that go. I said, yeah, I'm not. And that's an extremely weird question for anyone to ask, let alone someone you don't know. I respond on what I do for fun. I am a masturbator. I do a lot of fishing and it works really well for me. He says, I like to bowl, shoot pool, long tennis, play golf, none of which I'm very good at, but I really enjoy them. I also like to get away, maybe a weekend trip to the beach in the winter or go to the mountains, just relax and enjoy. He says, okay. I say, okay. I always catch fish. Every time. I don't even have to work that hard at it. Sometimes luck is involved. Other times you just rely on fish being really stupid and really hungry. Fishing is fun. What's your idea of a perfect tea date with your man? I said, surviving a tornado. Ever been in a tornado? Tornado chasing. It's fun stuff until you get caught in one. But surviving one is pretty romantic. Now, don't anybody get their panties in a wad. You hear my accent. I've been in my fair share of tornadoes. Our last big one was December 21st, 2021. I was not personally in that, but it wasn't very far from me. Mayfield, Kentucky. Look it up. Oh, really? He says, I love being around someone like you. It wouldn't be much. It wouldn't so much be where or what we do. Would be who it's with. If you're on a date, with the person and everything just clicks or falls into place, that's my idea of a perfect date. I said, have you ever been in a tornado? He says, nope. Do you want to take me to tornado? I said, yeah, preferably a nice EF5, like May 3rd, 1999. Like this one. So I sent a video of that one. He says, cool. When are you taking me to tornado? Excuse me. I don't know. You'd have to be in the area during tornado seasons. We will put you under an overpass and you'll have fun. Making out under an overpass during an EF5. First layer of skin being ripped off from the wind tunnel effect. Possibly getting a Tesla lodged in your spleen. That's hot. But yeah, he thinks we were going to go on a date to a tornado. So tell me you know nothing about tornadoes then, huh? I guess over in Nigeria, they probably don't get very many. Where I'm at, that's like Tuesday every spring. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. I will finish hopefully the rest tomorrow, or at least in the next 2 days. So that part might not be that entertaining, but enjoy and thank you for watching.